This is the demonstration for the installation of NetBackup master server binaries on a Solaris master server. The first thing we need to do is navigate to the install location on the DVD-ROM. Once we've located the install location on the DVD-ROM, we need to launch the install script. The Symantec installation script launches and we need to select the option. In this case, we're going to be selecting the option to install NetBackup server software. NetBackup will say NetBackup needs to install to the running root environment. Are you installing to the running root environment? We're logged on as root on this server, so we can continue. Then NetBackup executes the pre-install script and begins the Java installation. The NetBackup binaries as well as the database binaries are being installed. Once the installation of the Symantec NetBP package is successful, the client binaries are going to be copied and installed. Then NetBackup requests a valid license key. Once the license key has been confirmed, we can proceed. NetBackup will also request if we want to install any additional keys. If you have any additional license keys, then they must be entered at this time. In our situation, we've added an evaluation license key, so we can proceed. Once the license key has been entered, we then need to answer some questions about this particular NetBackup environment. The first question is the host name of this particular NetBackup server. This will be picked up from the host file if present. In this situation, our host name of the master server is NBU master SOL. So we can simply select yes and continue. The next question will be who the master server is. In this situation, because we're installing the master server, then the host name of the local machine will also be the master server. So we need to select yes and continue. The next question will be, are there any media servers in the environment? At this time, we have no additional media servers to add, so we'll select no and continue. No is also the default option. The next question is to enter the name of the Enterprise Media Manager server. This is the EMM server. In our situation, the EMM server will be co-located with the master server. If the EMM server was a separate host, then that host name must be entered at this time. Since the EMM server and master server will be co-located, we will use the default setting for this, which is NBU master sol. NetBackup is now installing SQL Anywhere version 11.0.1.2279. This is the Sybase engine upon which the EMM database lives. Once that is completed, the DBA password is set up and the NetBackup database files are created. The vxdbms_nb_data entry is also added into the bp.conf file. Once the database is installed, the NBDB validation tool is used to check the validity of the database. The two statements here, database validation successful and database is alive and well on server, indicate a successful installation and startup of the EMM services. Once this is completed, the NetBackup Event Manager and the Database Manager process will initiate. Policy settings are created, and additional services and daemons are started. Once the database tables have been created and the Media Manager device daemon has started, the installation will ask whether we want to start the NetBackup BPRD process. The BPRD process is the request daemon which effectively initiates the master server. Once BPRD has been started, the job manager, the policy execution manager, the storage lifecycle manager, the remote monitoring management system, key management daemon, and the service layer are started. Additional daemons and services will also be started. The next question is about the Op Center server. The default setting or the recommended setting for an Op Center server is dependent on how many master servers are being monitored. If the master server that's being monitored is just an individual master server, i.e. if the Op Center will only be looking after one master server, then we should select none in this box. This concludes the NetBackup server installation. Once the installation is complete, we can select 4 to exit from this script. In order to test to see if the installation has completed successfully, we can run some commands and launch the administration console to check to see if processes and daemons are running. We can launch the administration console to test to see if processes and daemons are running. We need to use the root user and password to log on to the administration console. Once the administration console is started up, we can check to see in the first instance whether the master server has been registered correctly. If we look in the top left corner here, NBU master sol is indicated as the master server. The next step is to check the activity monitor and check for daemons and processes. As we can see from this list, all the relevant daemons are started and processes are running. This concludes the demonstration of the installation of the NetBackup master server on Solaris.